There's a little walk around Orono with Tank. Come on, bud. First time trying this new setup, so we'll see how it goes. Tank's got his Studley glasses on, which he's gonna shake any time because he hasn't shaken in a little bit, which dogs shake. But he'll wear them for half an hour, 20 minutes, and then sometimes he shakes, but he's okay with the sunglasses being on. It was actually a few years back, I broke my leg and ankle, and I was in a wheelchair, and he was just, I couldn't really get him out because I only had one leg. And then thankfully my mom was able to get me a wheelchair, and this bad boy ended up pulling me all over Orono in my wheelchair. It was amazing. It was so funny. Come on, bud. Hey. Yeah, so basically it was basically a laundry line, one of those blue laundry lines, but it was much shorter. It was only about 8 feet long, and I could wrap it around myself, hook it back on itself in the wheelchair, and then hook the other end onto Tank's leash, and he would just pull me all over Orono. I only had one problem the whole time, which I was in the wheelchair and I was trying to go quick, and this guy was coming up behind me with his dog, and Tank absolutely loves people, but he has to be introduced properly to other dogs or animals in general, I guess. Not so much cats, I guess. I don't know. He's been pretty chill with any cat I've ever seen him meet. But yeah, so I'm trying to go, and then I get into this driveway, and I'm trying to get down, and it was like this guy was speed walking. As soon as Tank seen me, I was upside down in my wheelchair, and the guy's standing there with his dog, like, oh, dude, like deer in the headlights. And I'm like, no, just get out of here. Like, trying to get up, and I can't get up while your dog is teasing mine. Now, the guy obviously didn't realize that, so it wasn't his fault. It's just happened, nobody's fault. But yeah, that was the only time there was ever a problem. I even went with Tank and my two daughters out to Niagara Falls for the weekend. We found he always is licking like animal peas or something, and he licks it. Not poop, just pee, which I really don't like, because my ex-wife had a German Shepherd when we first met, and within 6 months of me meeting her, the German Shepherd died, just kind of out of the blue. Basically what happened, and she was a vet tech at the time, so he had the best care. Like, there was no better veterinary care. But so I guess what they said to her, what her boss said was, sometimes if something like a skunk or a raccoon or something like that has a certain disease. I can't remember what it was, but they'll pee somewhere, like in the grass or something along those lines. And if the dog smells it or licks it within a certain time frame, it can make the dog extremely sick. And yeah, it was horrible. Within under 2 weeks, her puppy, it was a German Shepherd that it was about 2 years old, approximately 2 years old. And within 2 weeks of him getting whatever he had, he was dead. And like I said, she worked as the vet assistant, so she spent every night in the vet clinic with him. He had the best of the best. Like, I couldn't imagine an animal being better cared for, but there was nothing they could do. It just happened. It's a coincidence, and it's very rare, I guess, but occasionally animals have it. And by the way, this was in Woodbridge, Toronto, in Vaughan. So if anybody's wondering where it happened. But it's funny, Tank is on his leash. Other dogs can bark and do whatever. He can pass by other dogs, no problem, and doesn't bark or anything. But when he's on his horse lead in the backyard, because I don't have a fence, I only have a 3-part fence. I don't have one facing the road because I rent. And if he's on his horse lead and he sees another dog, he will bark. Actually, a few months ago, I ended up getting, it's a shock collar, but it's, you can charge it, so it's just got batteries inside it. And there's 3 different settings. I've only had to use the shock on him once, because he was just in his own world. But that being said, 99% of the time, the only thing that I have to use is the beep function. So it's a remote controlled, it has a beep function, it has a vibrate function, and then it also has the it will also hurt him, which I don't like using the shock on the collar. I just find that mean. I got an amazing deal on it, and the one that I got, you can have up to 3. So there's 3 channels on it. The only time I really use it is when I take him out late at night, and because I wanted to teach him to be able to be off leash, when it's just me and him, and I want him to stay by my side. So I take him to the park down here in Orono, around 10 o'clock at night or so, and I make sure nobody else is around, and I will take his leash off. He knows that the collar is on him, and when I first let him off, he doesn't even want to leave my side for about 10 seconds, and then he'll start being comfortable and doing his own thing. But, you know, I'll let him go. I'll like say I'll let him go to the tennis court or whatever. Or sometimes I will just have him sit and I'll just have him sit and stay, and I will keep walking and walking and walking until I get far enough away, and then I'll call him to come, and he comes booking it. I play with him sometimes in the tennis court here. I play catch with him, which he loves playing fetch in there. Hello. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he sees another dog over there, but 90% of the time, another dog will start barking. Tank will just look. Tank doesn't care. He just looks. He wants to see. He wants to know what's up. He wants to say hi, but Tank is like an MMA fighter. Like when he sees another dog, he wants to play. But his playing is more like somebody in MMA sparring, where most other dogs are like kids in a tickle fight, you know. So, but like I said, with people, he loves people. He loves being out in the creek over here. Obviously, I take off his sunglasses. Some people ask me about his sunglasses, like, oh, how do you get them to stay on? And I jokingly either will say I crazy glue them, or I staple them to his head, jokingly, like they do in Scrooge, the Bill Murray movie, where they're trying to get the antlers to stay on the mouse. And some people actually take it serious. Oh, but
Nice sheets.
thanks. Yeah, this is a park where I will take him and I will just let him run. He doesn't really care so much about balls and stuff when he's outside. Just wants to smell. Now, Tank is about 6 now. I got him when he was about 2 years old. I don't know for sure the exact age because the person I got him off had just told me how old he was, and they got him from somebody from the States. And now you're gonna witness Tank's favorite thing to do all summer. It's his number one favorite guilty pleasure. The one thing I worry about is him swallowing water, because he's chewing on it. I don't know if he's drinking it. I imagine he's obviously drinking some of it, but I don't know if he's just trying to bite it or if he's chewing it. But yeah, I bring him down here and let him do this whenever I can. Obviously, I don't let him do it when kids are here. Sometimes we'll walk by and there'll be a bunch of kids at the splash pad and we just have to keep walking. But other times there will be kids here that know Tank, that live in town, and they know, you know, he's a really good boy. He's never bitten anybody, except for me, which was my own fault. I basically asked for it. I didn't even give him trouble for it because I had my thumb in the wrong place. I had him jumping up to grab a branch and he got my thumbnail by accident. It wasn't his fault. It was my fault. So, but yeah, lost my whole thumbnail. Okay, bud, that's enough. That's enough. I know. That's good. Good boy. Good boy. Is that fun? You need to cool down a bit? Yeah. So, obviously, I won't be putting his shades back on him because he's going to be shaking quite a bit. But it's his favorite thing to do. He loves it. The people at the pool here, like, you can just see, like, Orono has so much cool stuff to do. Like, it's a small town, but you can rent out the gazebo. People have family functions. People just come. Like, I've been here and there's been 30, 40 people just having a barbecue out wherever. You only need to let the town know if you're want to rent the gazebo. Yeah, the pool is open all summer. See if I can get the pool hours in here. Now, they do say absolutely no swimming after hours, but because I live close, I have seen more than a couple kids hopping over the fence. They see me coming and they hop over, and I'm like, hey, have fun, kids. You only live once. You're not hurting anybody. Yeah. Oh. Let's see if he'll keep them on. People love seeing him, and it makes him look less scary when he's got his sunglasses on. Hey guys. I have two daughters that are now, one just turned 18, the other one's 15. And I would always tell my daughters, don't play with them so rough. Don't. I never play with Tank rough. Obviously, we play tug of war and stuff like that. But I don't play rough with him. I don't want him doing that to my daughters or to anybody else. I just, he, of course, has it in his bloodline. So something happens, he's gonna mess stuff up. But that being said, I don't try and, agonize him to act that way. So, yeah, he's, I guarantee if I didn't have the camera strapped on me, at least 3 or 4 of the people would have asked to pet him, but because they can see the camera, people are scared of it. Even though there's cameras all over the place, I live in a little town and there's a camera everywhere. No, stop doing. Yeah, it really. I wish, I do take him to the dog park. I was gonna talk about putting a muzzle on him, but I do take him to the dog park, and I always make sure I have a muzzle on him for even though other dogs, get in fights all the time there, and they're baring their teeth and rah, 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 rah. But myself, I know 100% if anything ever happened, it's his fault. And he only gets aggressive when another dog is aggressive towards him. You know, that's when he'll start growling and barking and stuff normally, right? But I don't want anything to happen to my buddy, so every time we go to the dog park, oh, there's a shake. Every time we go to the dog park, I make him have his muzzle on, because, yeah, in Orono, that's downtown Orono there, and we have the city hall that has the bells, which I love, and I don't live any closer. Oh, yeah, nice. Hi. Yeah, that's nice. Really nice guy. Next time I'll just walk past you. I'll let you move. Hi.